Welcome in, Chiefs Kingdom, to Cheifs Latest, your one-stop spot for everything Kansas City Chiefs in 15 minutes or less. It is your host, Calvin Solers. Happy Friday, happy game day. The Chiefs kicking off the regular season tonight in Brazil against AFC West foe, the Los Angeles Chargers. It's the first divisional matchup for the Chiefs in Week 1 since 2018. I'm going to break down what I want to see from this one, plus a potential trade within the division. But before I do, you know the drill. It does not matter what platform you are on right now. Just go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications because we have daily, that's right, daily videos here at Cheifs Latest Monday through Friday. And with the season kicking off tonight, you're not going to want to miss any of the news, rumors, or actions regarding this team in the future. So please hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications as it not only helps me in the channel, but it's going to help you stay up to date with everything Kansas City Chiefs. Now, before I break down what I want to see in tonight's game, I'm going to talk about a potential trade within the division. Now, I've talked before on the podcast my thoughts about this, and if I was a GM, I wouldn't probably never trade within the division. But sometimes there's a situation that arises that could be a win-win, and you should at least look at it. And that's what's happening right now as Amari Cooper has his sudden retirement from the Raiders, and that has sparked a potential trade with the Chiefs, and the trade bait would be Hollywood Brown. Again, could be a possible win-win down the road. Now, your initial instinct might have been to say, no way, especially with Rashee Rice's suspension, the wide receiver room dealing with injuries in the past, but Royals will only be sidelined for a short time. Tyquan Thornton has shown up in camp, showed that he can be a deep threat for Mahomes. So Veach could flip Brown's expiring contract for some draft capital without risking the offensive spark that you have or potentially could have. And what makes it intriguing is the Raiders' desperation for a wide receiver one. How much will they give up? That's what makes it intriguing, but you got to be skeptical about strengthening a divisional foe, again, unless the return is too good to pass up or it's a win-win situation. If you look at Hollywood Brown's last full season, 51 catches, 574 yards, 4 touchdowns. His 2025 cap hit is over $6.5 million. You have the Myers trade that was denied for the Raiders. Then you have Cooper, who retired after 1.5 weeks with the team. So you could venture into trading Thornton, sure, and potentially keep Brown on your roster longer as his speed and his playmaking is higher than Thornton's. But his veteran presence, that could net at least a 5th-round pick versus Thornton's 7th-round value. You're giving Beach leverage to bolster future draft picks if you go trading Brown than trading someone like Thornton. Royals' knee injury pushes Thornton into a needed depth role, but his camp performance suggests that he has the potential to fill Brown's shoes if need be. And that is just going to preserve Mahomes' vertical threat. But overall, I think trading Brown to the Raiders is like playing with fire. Thornton seems ready that he could step up. And yeah, there is a 5th-round future pick on the table. But do you risk that in helping a divisional foe and relying on what Thornton could be? I think I would just stay away from this one, but it is interesting and it is a rumor that has popped up recently. But let's get into what I want to see, what I hope to see, this and that heading into this game tonight against the Chargers. The first thing I'm hoping to see is Andy Reid and Matt Nagy letting Patrick Mahomes off the leash a little bit. Allow him to go vertical when the Chargers secondary allows it. Expose their light boxes. You're going to see that explosive vertical game only if you get an explosive ground game with it. With Rashee Rice out until week 7, Mahomes needs to maximize Worthy's speed, Kelsey's reliability, his ability to exploit the zone, and get the supporting cast of Brown, Smith-Schuster, and Gray involved early. Keep the offense humming. Get some chemistry going. Gel early. Mahomes' September record, 19-4. That's an 82.6 win percentage. That's second in the Super Bowl era. Worthy's 2024, his final 10 games last season, 40 catches, 679 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He had 7 targets, 5 catches, 62 yards a game from week 11 to the Super Bowl. So let's get that passing game going, but the only way to do that is to also have a ground game. And this Chiefs ground game was not impressive last year. They were 22nd, 105.3 yards a game. Mahomes can stretch the field. We know that, especially with Worthy's speed. Kelsey's knack for finding soft spots in the zone, especially in the middle. Smith-Schuster can exploit the underneath routes. But we got to let Mahomes be Mahomes. These light boxes, often 6 men or fewer, they could really attack LA's 14th ranked run defense last season. Set up the play action bombs. I want to see it. I want Mahomes to have, a little bit off the leash. Nagy's play calling, it's going to have to balance this tempo, this aggression. I don't want to see you play it safe. Let him go. Keep Herbert off the field. Builds Mahomes' confidence early, especially coming off the last time we saw him was terrible in the Super Bowl. His stats have been down the last couple seasons. Allow him to get going early. So yes, I'd love to see Reed. I love to see Nagy. Just let Mahomes air it out, of course, when possible. But I'd also love to see him pound and ground against LA's front that right now is kind of makeshift. But what else do I want to see in this game? I want to see this offensive line. Of course, I think everyone wants to see how the offensive line holds up, but more specifically, the left side. You have rookie Josh Simmons. You have Kingsley Suamataia, and they're going to face a brutal test against the Chargers. Khalil Mack and Tuipulotu. I think I said that right. I'm pretty sure I did. But anyways, I want to see how this offensive line does, because to unleash that vertical attack that we just got done talking about, Mahomes needs a clean pocket. He needs some time. And Simmons' flawless preseason makes him a pivotal blindside savior. The Chiefs believe that this guy can be the man to protect Mahomes for years and years to come, which would be nice because there's been years of musical chairs at left tackle. So if Simmons and Suamataia can neutralize LA's pass rush, which racked up 46 sacks in 2024, Mahomes could have all day to carve up the secondary. Again, I mentioned Simmons' preseason, 0 pressures allowed, 84.1 PFF grade on 28 pass blocking snaps. But the Chargers last season, with those 46 sacks, Mack and Tuipulotu combined for 15 sacks. So right there, they take a big bulk of that. And that musical chairs that I mentioned, 8 different starters, Brown Jr., Fisher, Remmers, Wiley, Smith, Suamataia, Morris, Humphreys, Tooney. Can we get someone just to stay there, please? I would love that. So Simmons, yes, he's going to face some fire against Tuipulotu. Jawan Taylor is going to battle Mack, who sacked Mahomes twice in their last 2 meetings. And not only that, LA's aggression has gotten to Mahomes. They hit him 13 times in 2024. So we need to see that left side. We need to see this offensive line really solidify, stand up, and protect Patrick Mahomes. I've been talking about the offense. What do I want to see defensively? Well, I am pumped to see if Spags' pass rush can exploit the Chargers. Again, makeshift offensive line right now. Rashawn Slater is on IR. Joe Ott is at left tackle. Trey Pipkins III is at right tackle. So right there, should be able to at least try to exploit that. And you're going to have to contain Harbaugh's run-heavy attack. What else I want to see is the Chiefs keep Hampton and Harris in check. Can they do it? Because we know that the Chargers are going to run the ball. But Spags' creative blitzes, that's going to rattle this line. But stopping the ground game is critical. That's the bread and butter of the Los Angeles Chargers. But when the Chargers do decide to pass, if we can just get to Herbert It's going to do wonders. When he had a clean pocket last season, 18 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 71% completion percentage. When he was pressured, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, which was the only 3 that he had in the regular season, and just above 50% completion percentage. So the Chiefs' run defense faces a test from Harbaugh's ground and pound identity. You got Hampton, you got Najee Harris. They're aiming to control the clock, keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands, of course. But those stunts that Spags is going to have, those blitzes, that's hopefully going to exploit Alt. It's going to exploit Pipkins. Pipkins allowed 6 sacks last season, hopefully putting pressure on Herbert to force and make mistakes, although he didn't do that much last season. We'll see if the Chiefs can get it done. I know Jim Harbaugh is 5-0 in season openers, but again, Chiefs undefeated in international games. This will be a huge step in the right direction for the Chiefs, of course, of not only winning the AFC West, but winning the AFC again. Again, having a divisional matchup like this right off the bat is huge, but there's a lot I want to see. More specifically, just let Mahomes be Mahomes. Let me know in the comments what you want to see from tonight's game. You have been listening to Cheifs Latest. I'm your host, Calvin Silvers. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Go Chiefs, and until next time, have a good one.